When I'm who
Minim the obey the bad me.
Obey na wo kan so aso.
Mustafana wa hwama ye mra sebedwafo afi mra sebedwam onka ho hwe o.
Oh sir, mra sebedwa 7 there. Na do ne conference time say omama Ndc for hon to wo. Oh, we are talking about collapse economy. Now obi a you the citizenship as a Montino, then we stika. Abra wako as I could now, but for no one where win it. I mean, clearly, travesty of justice and also
difficult for me to understand these angles. We push you from. So the fact that our economy is challenged, HSA matters of law should be ignored, especially under this circumstance.
Well, we think that government has not itself availed the machinery to give Ghanaians an assurance of readiness and preparedness to enforce justice in this country. Because other than that, we will not be having the level of scandals, corruption, mismanagement ongoing. The president is not just slow to act, but he's unconcerned. And so when you look at all of that put together, then Ghana for the Kase, because of a Nema air cost for a comedy into a mampeni for Adriana to your fee, we don't need a visa issue where you friend and citizenship. Now we are talking about security issue. You are talking about citizenship. Oh, we SMU Airway. I'm very sad that I'm going to have to talk about a distinguished woman like Mame Cecilia Dapa. But Cobra, clearly, Mame Cecilia Dapa bet me a Kazasika way and on Nahoka for the year. Ebiampukra Juma be different one more year. But what is clear is that Akufo-Addo Abino collapse banks so that they can now keep money in their homes. When you collapse the banks, are not providing a Jumama Ghana for so that they can keep money in their houses. There's $1 million, no, our banker. How would that help a particular bank? Those are the issues that we are talking about. So when the government abandons this conversation and want to chase an innocent man who is not a criminal, who you have alleged that he is at the brush of law because of filing of documents, who didn't have intention to commit a crime, and leaving the finance minister who is very corrupt, who is on record to have received money through his bank,
Mustafa,
and all of these.
Mustafa, that's why don't jump into conclusions that is difficult for one casa to provide. That means when it becomes necessary. The fact is, say, Mabusao, say, o my biano, ujitum say, ye de marana chichiro mine.
Correct.
Ujitum say, o my bianso empim in ya 100% that, but we go so epim. Menu na bejia tum say, e bia Ghana wom sisino, and ye bia a ye papa, ye jitum. Does it suggest to say because of enuntino ujidi say trivialize adia Ghana fo nyina giatum say enene ye mrakunia ye hweso edibo ye bra na se nchinwa bi ba we quickly have to move to our courts for them to take a decision on that. Is that what you are suggesting?
Kona anyo man ya na market provision say if you are a worker and you are not happy you should go on strike, you should do demonstration. So if the MPs decide that they are boycotting Parliament to demonstrate that there is travesty of justice and persecution against a sitting member of Parliament, what is wrong with it?
But that's where the worry is, not even the challenge. That's where the worry is. The persecution according to the eyes or the dictates of the NDC. Is that what it means?
According to a reasonable Ghanaian who is standing by and is hungry. According to a Ghanaian who feels that this government is corrupt. according to a Ghanaian who feels that he has seen a lot of scandals that the government do not have commitments to deal with. That is what we are all going through as the people of Ghana. Well, we believe that there are more pressing issues as opposed to trivializing issues of this country to a member of parliament who only files and
don't look down on our own laws, that we are all seeking that interpretation. Don't look down on it. Such a constitution, so you cannot say a matter is a trivial or petty matter. That one, let's not do that to ourselves because maybe of where we stand today or a particular interest we are serving. That's dangerous for nation building. Very dangerous. Your interpretation, your interpretation of a trivial matter, it doesn't sink. That's according to a group of like-minded people like you. I think it will be fair. I think it will be fair, Mustafa. Once we all go by the details of what the Constitution is saying, and we have that opening that when there are disagreements that two parties cannot really agree on, there's an opening to step further to a superior court to interpret or whatever for us. The question, therefore, the question, therefore, is that what becomes our challenge, not even the NDC's challenge, our challenge, that yentimi enkase ampa obi wo hwa ye hwehwe han akwa de enua jeti kwesi fa so yudia we de suse mu awrem kakra wo enu nti no yemu dodo na yemu binumu ye betu nipa bi afrim na hye bedwam akwa se ade e kosoro se na eye wona ebu atene ebesi adi djuma fa na de aka no so ya to adwuma so ama Ghana ne NDC party no etimagina brane because the likelihood of a potential government is waiting is falling on the NDC. Is that what the NDC is going to demonstrate when?
Okay, so I'll come back to that, and I agree with you entirely on what you have said. I also want to say that we have one constitution in this country, that you have one sitting member of parliament, MP for Tolong, who is an ex-convict in Australia. You have a certain member of parliament who have forged a university degree certificate and is sitting in parliament on the side of the NCP.
Even I mean, when back and forth.
Let me use one. They say MP for Tolong is a sitting ex-convict.
MP for Tolong.
And
the court is saying
what is preventing the court from hearing that matter daily?
Oh, Mustafa. Mustafa.
We are trying to compress the judicial system, the wheel of justice that is supposed to grind automatic.
So the fact that
the Attorney General is trying to compress him, precipitating
no, Mustafa, let's have a smooth conversation. You see, not on any day. And yes, as you say, Esan say Adebi Mimi Susu say netie no, enya sa na eye nintino. It means that our Attorney General Minister, now also powers is obefre judge for na wachimo mo beton lemo. And there's a problem be any MP before side. If that was what the Attorney General you think is doing there, then we don't have then it's so dangerous for us as a country. Our judges, but you believe that the judicial system is as independent during your time and today? You believe that?
We don't believe that you can have an exclusive independence of a judiciary.
That what you can
have a discipline. You can have a disciplined executive that does not make it its objective to compromise the judiciary. So that is not the kind of government we have.
So as we speak now, you think that your so-called, for lack of a better word, forgive me, thinking that this current executive has that muscle to direct the affairs of the judiciary is a good thing to say.
We believe that to the extent, one, you have a sitting president who goes to a political podium to speak about matters in court and possibly suggest the verdict of the outcome of the courts, demonstrates that vindication that the president has an objective to compromise the judiciary. Number two, program Supreme Court judge justice now one up a season now one more appointing no. No, or you're one of the people who defending President Akufo-Addo when he was in court. And so the president was looking for loyalty. You heard that program. So even if I don't have evidence directly to suggest, you can imply that based on the things that have passed, that have occurred in the past, the president has a clear objective to compromise the judiciary and the police. I'm saying that His Excellency Akufo-Addo had a plan of compromising the judiciary. And that is what the Ghanaian thinks, that the judiciary is not independent. And so when the judiciary is seemingly taken out, that is not equal. But we have a member of parliament who is an ex-convict, not alleged. We have the evidence. The judiciary knows that. And the Attorney General is reluctant to prosecute that matter. And you are seeking to remove one MP. Is it lawful? Hello, Kabra.
Hello, Mustafa.
Mame.
One is seeking to remove one MP.
They say the Attorney General has made it his business to want to ensure an expedition trial to Justice Kwesi's case. But he is not committed to the ex-convict MP from Tolon sitting in Parliament on the side of the majority. That is why the minority MPs will boycott Parliament, because there is no equality in the face of seeking for justice. If we are supposed to do daily trial for Justice Kwesi, daily trial for Tolon MP's case. Because we want to move all the criminals in Parliament,
Mustafa,
including the Tolon.
Mustafa. From near walking say Tolon MPD and so cost society I fed them by boycott and near motion.
They say one year in speedy trial, 1 year in speedy trial. No, they on the crack. The court should continue and do public hearing. The two cases, they are all members of Parliament who are alleged criminals, right? They've committed a crime. Try all of them. There is another one on the side of the majority. Yes, who are forging UCC certificate out of Parliament. Let's expedite trial on this one. Because the secret in your NDC need to know. So the Ghana need already the daily trial. And you follow MPs yeah, 1 year. How?
Nessa yet in ye Domkuma one Shebedremu ye a party need decision and a cost of Parliament or Honomono.
Omuna one more Parliament and a woman here, a buy no de woman via Nefaso and a woman here 1 year. And they are the side of NDC. The woman baby piano, if one so say the side of authority in terms of the Attorney General's role, and yet and it doesn't speak to a statement to want to do the country justice. If you can't approve a reprobate, so if the Attorney General finds that he needs a speedy trial of the Chikwesi's case, despite the disgrace and shameful defeat of government, including the MPP, let us also do the same to the ex-convict that is sitting in Parliament. I'm not quite ex-convict. In the case, be a simple.
Mustafa, answer the major one more corner and then Rashebedram Bugri Nabu case no so, Mijidi say, tape no honsem and then more member of Parliament Bako, Unmunyam for Emmanuel Kofi Amaboa, Edia Tudja say, committee noa. Speaker sete ewo Parliament no enna manu ye Bugri na bunro de abase BNI fo abefa ne secretary ne mpanimfo bi afi ne office nti no yemfa no so emmeka ho party na semi be na manu edem ne mpanimfo asan hya se emra hye badwamu no se ne wo kan se ne omu be bia moto machi we so mo ne omu na ekọ
ya ho de se video odi na ba abonte elika ka se enye doctor original and peniphobia causes woman planning evil against the state. They are planning to commit crimes, and this person is not just an ordinary person. This person is a COP of Ghana Police Service, and opens odi bone and ya expose them odu na BNI for China womo kochi PNA secretary of the body by no my The BNI is busy not arresting the police. They are not inviting Bugri Nabu. They are not inviting the COP Asariana or to come and speak to the issues in the content of the video, the audio. But rather you are inviting a friend of the PA. And your woman can't say audio no and your original. Why is an investigative body inviting people on a video? Audio almost saying original. It's a book in a confirmation video. No, it was a conversation. So really, we cannot make a mockery of the BNI like that. But that also goes to underscore the fact that government is joking with the entire state of affairs of this country. So, why are they not inviting the COP? Asareno, by the dictate of Oladumochi's Wamaye who said, Ghana police, you have 3 types.
But okay, Mustafa, your friend PA, your friend receptionist or honomo. ABI toaswa me afre wo mu nyina wo de ne say ke afre we mu no ye mfre wo bia twans because asem no NC ye parliament podie committee no 7-member committee no start sitting no emma ye hu ba bi asem no ko etu conclude say edi enti ne afre we mu ne ye ja we mu a enhwehwe mu no ye conclude ye ne akase ye frɛ we ye amfre we enye ntem na o pre a conclude o
Debi all say issue bi ba sa the next officer and scheduled officer in charge of this investigation will first of all analyze the evidence, the document, information, and then you try to find the lead suspects or witnesses in the matter that you have to deal with. Now, people are planning of committing violence in the election, and before me and Sada Omashia and my bills were you didn't invite any of them. Clear. Now only meeting us here. Secretary, now only meeting us here. No. What is your role?
Mustafa, what you say no muni or what you say or muni moshe because near okay no or more nsa fra omo they might know the reason here or mo frɛ sɛ wemra ba wo de wo wasɛm ne sɛ omo muni moshe. So na say maybe sere obeda hu say na boemu wo ho ana so omuni ho ni nyina nka investigations on be ye no ho.
The principal witnesses to this matter suspects no COP yeboa na NS yeboa no IPA no na sorry Bugri na Abuna Nkasa. They will give you the information you want because when you subject them to investigation they will stick to the conversation that was happening and they will give you more evidence. Now, has the BNI now accepted that the audio is accurate, that's factual, to the extent that they can rely on it to open an investigation? Have they accepted? Do we then say that it's a high crime, treasonable, and that the people in video were action a tantalism planning to compile in an election? So, if you don't have the will, the desire to fight for this country, you will behave the way President Akufo-Addo is doing. Say, suddenly, BNI has found their leg in inviting a receptionist and PA. That is, it's just as I do nothing about it. This is a serious matter that we are dealing with, bordering on the credibility of 2024 election and violence. This is a matter that borders on life. Ghanaian life. Say police need penny etimia okafe. Yenye plan B. Yen use some other force to win election for the MPP. Now you are not inviting the senior people, the real, the principal people in the conversation. They are not only the receptionists are not only on. On you are invited on the amount.
Mustafa,
are they afraid of Bugri Nabu? Or they are afraid of the COP?
Mustafa, my fancy and Amina was away. Bibi any a besan by Naso Yeda Siabusia, General Secretary, Deputy, Emma NDC Amanyoko Deputy General Secretary Mustafa Gbande, and Yatene no